Well, in a crisis like this, information and misinformation compete to gain ground. Nowhere is this more true than the affected areas of West Africa. There are rumours and myths impeding the ability of health workers, and radio is one way of getting important messages across. With me now, Caroline Ford. She's the Regional Director of BBC Media Action, an organisation working to train journalists and respond to issues in communities all around the world. Caroline, just tell me how you got involved with this particular issue.
Well, BBC Media Action is the BBC's international development charity that works globally to transmit information through radio or through TV or mobiles to help people understand what's happening to them in their lives. With Sierra Leone, we've been in Sierra Leone now for a number of years, and we've been working with Sierra Leoneans to create radio programs that really do respond to the issues that concern them. So now with Ebola, there's a public health emergency in Sierra Leone, and what we're looking at is how to use radio and how to work with local radio broadcasters in local languages to help them understand and debunk these myths that you've been referring to help them make sure that they get the correct information about what Ebola is, when they should seek treatment, and how they can protect themselves and their families.
We're going to listen, Caroline, to just a little bit of something that you've been broadcasting. This is a jingle with information contained.
Always wash your hands with soap and water. Always cook your food very well. Go to the health facility anytime you have headache. Ebola can kill. It has no cure, but it can be prevented. Ebola, Ebola. It's real.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and partners.
Caroline, listening to that, it might be surprising to some people. It's remarkably upbeat in its tone. Why is that more effective, do you think?
I think that the fear, the real fear that surrounds Ebola, whether you're in Sierra Leone or whether you're in the UK, the fear around the unknown is quite palpable. And what we found is that people respond to information when they can feel positive, when they can feel that there's something that they can actually do. So what we've been doing is working with local musicians. So that is a musician that people would recognize in Sierra Leone. It's a rhythm that people will recognize in Sierra Leone. And what we're doing is working with local radio stations and local musicians and local experts to make sure that people can understand that Ebola is not, you can prevent yourself and your family from catching Ebola. There's very simple ways that you can do it. And what we're trying to do is to get people to understand not to fear, but instead to seek treatment as soon as they have symptoms, because there is a very good chance that they can survive it, and to make sure that they take the very simple steps to prevent the spread of the virus.
Caroline, we have to leave it there, but Caroline Ford from BBC Media Action, we wish you well. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Now, we have got lots more on Ebola and the current situation in West Africa and elsewhere. You will find full analysis. There are videos and audio pieces as well. A look at the key countries involved in the outbreak. There's also analysis of how Ebola has been spreading. That is all at bbc.com/news.